Oh, hey everybody. I don't even know. I didn't even know that I had actually started it. But anyways, here we are. Thank you guys for joining. I am your host, Keita King. Welcome to the Southern Comfort Podcast. If this is your first time joining, as always, do not let it be your last. You never know who's going to come on to the show, new or seasoned. You never know kind of what we have going on. So you need to make sure you're here for it. If you have joined us on more than one occasion, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Of course, I love to see the comments. I love to see people who join, and especially the people who have joined or followed me in my transition from radio to podcasting and doing some other things. Make sure that you follow us on YouTube. That is Southern Comfort Podcast. That's Comfort with a K. Also on Instagram and Facebook, we have a presence. And if nothing else, like if you forget all that, like you can pretty much find me. I'm Keita King. I've kind of been here for a long time. So okay, so this season, it was kind of a little bit catering to the ladies, but it was also catering to the fact that there are a lot of new, very talented artists. They just happen to have a sex appeal about them, and I wanted to highlight them. So welcome to season 3, which is the sexy new artist of Southern Soul. And here we are with a guy that you guys have to know, which some of you probably already do. But if you don't know, I want to be the person to introduce you to Mr. Haywood King. So let's bring him in. Let's see what he's talking about. I think he kind of fly tonight, but I'm going to let y'all be the judge of that. Let's see. Here we go.
Hey.
Oh.
What's up?
There he is. What's going on?
Nothing much. How are you, Miss King?
I am doing good, Mr. King.
How? Yeah, how ironic is that? Mrs. and Mrs. King, Mr. King.
It's kind of like Smith, right?
Right.
Well, thank you for joining. We've been a hit or miss. Life takes its turns and does what it do, and we just kind of roll with the punches. But nonetheless, here we are.
We're here.
Okay, so I'm loving the brim.
Okay, appreciate it.
So when you take it off, I need you to mail it to me.
Okay.
I feel like I could rock that. I have a whole brunch outfit in my head that
Oh yeah. You could definitely rock that with the dreads hanging too. That definitely be dope. That be dope. Yeah.
I'm so glad though that you joined me, and I'm gonna give you the disclaimer I give everybody. So you and I are gonna have a conversation, and we're gonna let the world eavesdrop on it.
Okay.
They there, but they're not even there. Okay, it's just us. All right.
That's cool. Cool.
All right. So my first question for you is, no, I'm not gonna ask you that. Let me ask you this. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
Okay.
Stank City, as they call it.
They call it what?
Stank City.
Stank City. Why they call it Stank?
Because you driving the Pine Bluff, you might not know what you might smell. They got the paper mill there, so that's why they call it Stank City.
I can relate.
Right.
I can relate because Texarkana, I was there for 5 years, and you could walk outside and it could smell like turnip greens and something that you don't recognize, and what I was told is that's the smell of money because of the paper mill.
Oh yeah. Okay. I've heard.
It's on how you look at it. So Pine Bluff, shout out to UAPB. Did you go to school there?
Yes, I did. Shout out to UAPB. Go Lions. Yeah.
Okay. Are you Greek?
I'm not Greek. I had a story. The year I played, my line got cut for some reasons or whatever. So I was like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. But hey. Yeah.
And that happens. That happens not just with the HBCUs. That happens with the PWIs too.
Yeah.
So nonetheless, whatever it was, I'm sure it's in your heart, and you still living life through it. It runs deeply in your veins.
Oh yeah, most definitely. It was a little journey, but hey, everything happens for a reason, So
Every
hey,
for a reason.
yeah.
Um, I am an AKA. Shout out to the soror Ski Wee,
Okay, okay.
the
Excuse me.
first finest ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, founded for Black women by Black women on
Go
Howard
ahead.
1908. Okay, all right.
Go
So
ahead.
let me not get caught up in that. But let me ask you this. So first of all, congratulations opening up for Bobby Valentino. Like what, 2 weekends ago?
Yeah, yeah, like 2 Thursdays ago. Yeah, thank you
So
so much.
what was that like?
It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope. The venue was downtown Little Rock. They put a stage in it and everything. They had the lights, the cameras, and everything like that. So it was pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I just flowed in my little vein. And I rocked out. It was a good, successful show.
Good
Really good,
deal.
successful show.
Good
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
A good experience. So did you get like some pictures, some videos, some footage that you're gonna share, or maybe you already have? Because I'm not I'm not the I'm not
Yeah.
the faithful. I'll
Right,
say.
right,
So
right, right. Yeah.
shared it. I missed it. But do you have some stuff you're gonna share or can share?
I do have some stuff I can share. I didn't get any pictures with Bobby V because he was kind of moving around, and I'm not
Okay.
the one to chase. I'm not starstruck by it. But I understand how artists move when they move around. They want to move around, so I'm like
Right.
not the one to be all up on them. So I got some a couple videos and shots of me performing, and so I actually posted them, so I'll make sure I post them to you. Send them to you.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I
Send them to me. Then of course, I will would be more than happy to post them because I'm so proud of you. Okay, so let's dive into it. All right. So my first question for you is because I need you to help me remember.
okay.
How did we meet? Because we met before, and I know we have because when I got ready to
Mhm.
message you, I like when I put your number in, and it was like, oh, okay. And then I was like, wait a minute, we know like we talked before. So how did
Right.
we meet?
It's all, yeah.
Remind me.
Yeah. We met maybe, let me see, this is 2023. I know it's post COVID. It was before COVID. Maybe 2019, 2020, probably 2019, maybe. At
Okay.
Douglas Arnold's soul event edition. And
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I performed and
Yeah.
and I met you. He was like, hey, you need to meet this beautiful young lady right here. She's on the radio and everything like this. So I think we met, exchanged information then. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's how we
That's so
met.
out to Douglas D.A. Arnold. That's the homie right there. That's the brother.
Yeah,
The soul session
yeah.
takes guys in TK every month. Once a month. And I can't remember exactly what weekend, what Saturday it falls on, but I tell you what, if you're looking
Mm,
for a show and some like hellified quality live
yes,
music, am I
yes.
lying?
You are not lying. The one of the like this the only place I've never known in Texas County to have any kind of live music, and that's probably just by default my mind. But Douglas Arnold live music when he brings the soul sessions there, it's phenomenal. It's off the chain. Like you can't even talking about grown folks to the fullest, just enjoying this stuff. Oh my god, I can't. I'm gonna stop talking because I'm trying to get him to bring me back. He won't even bring me back no more. I don't know why.
Well,
I'm
I'm gonna have to Douglas Arnold. You better bring your friend back. You hear me? but no.
yeah.
But seriously though, for a town or city of that size to bring such a quality production and a quality show to the city is so dope. And I remember the first time I went, it was actually a lot smaller,
Mhm.
and the energy in that room was like crazy. It was like, where am I? Like what?
Right.
Where am I again? Like what is this? And then of course it morphed into it just kept getting bigger and bigger. It outgrew spaces and nonetheless, um, they have it at on the boulevard now. I don't remember what weekend it is, but they have it on the boulevard at least once a month. Sometimes it's themed. Most of the time I think it's themed, but nonetheless, regardless of whatever the theme is, what you can look forward to, and when I tell you, you will not be disappointed
Mm.
in the quality of music, the singing, the instruments, and it's alive and it's great.
Can't
It's
beat
great.
it. Can't beat it.
Yeah.
Cannot beat it. Yeah,
Well, thank
that's
you
how
for
we
taking me
met.
back. Yeah, thank you for taking me back there. Okay, so let's get into it. I've what got my attention, like really, I was just going through some things, and your song, "I Got Time Today."
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that's got to be your baby, because that song is really dope, and I won't say I like a song or like music if I absolutely don't, but I do love that. Actually, that's what I led with when I text you. I'm like,
Yeah.
loving
Yeah.
this song, or whatever. What was your inspiration behind it?
Um, I got together with my buddy, Chris McGee. Shout out to Chris McGee. He had been on my just in my inbox on my thread. Hey, bro, I got a song for you. I got a song for you. Let's go to the studio. And I was kind of like going through the motions, doing just gigging, working at the time, just kind of putting it off. Finally, he didn't give me any kind of choice. He was like, "Meet me at the studio at this time. This time." We kind of got in the studio collab, and the rest is history. I mean, just the whole vibe was a little. The song is real. He said the song is real sexy. It's real grown. It puts you in the mind of like a Tank or a Joe or something like that. So I want
Definitely.
to keep it like that. I want to keep it like that. So and we just got in the studio and we vibed out. And I mean, it's a hit down here anyway.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but here's my thing, and that's part of the reason why I do the podcast, for anybody who may wonder why. I like for people to know and be introduced to good stuff.
Yeah.
And I like for the fans to have an opportunity to get up close and personal with the people you spend your money to go see. You buy tickets to go see these people, you
Mhm.
download their music. It just so happens that I'm in a position to be able to talk to them up close and personal. So I bring them to you.
Yeah.
And that's the point of today. So yeah, congratulations on that one. That is definitely a hit. So make sure you guys go and check that out, download it. It's on, I'm sure it's on all major digital
It
music
is.
platforms.
It is. It is. It is.
I
Yeah.
got time today, Mr. Haywood King. Okay, so how did you get your start? I know a lot of people start off in the church and some people start off different ways, but I want to know how you got your start in singing.
Well, like most artists, I got my start in the church. My grandfather was a pastor. Grandmother was district missionary. My mom plays guitar, still plays guitar in church to this day,
Okay.
lead guitar.
Yeah.
My dad is an amazing singer. And so my whole family can sing and play. And so I got my start in the church. And not like I actually didn't grow up on R&B music. I couldn't even listen to it. So it wasn't until
Okay.
older.
Because you were restricted, like you just, it was forbidden.
Well, it wasn't that I couldn't listen to it. Like if you're gonna listen to it, you're gonna get a whooping. It was never played in my house to listen to. So
Interesting.
in the car, it was never just played in my house. And when I got old in my teens, I listened to the Boys to Men's and the Drew Hills and stuff like that. At school. So it wasn't like it was just rammed down my throat. You can't listen to it. But I just didn't grow up on it.
Gotcha.
I had an uncle that stayed in Little Rock, and whenever I would go to his house, he would listen to the Whispers and the Shy and the Marvin Gaye. So I knew that stuff by default, but it wasn't until I got uh older, 18, 19, and when I started singing in the clubs around 20, 21, 22, is when I started like Googling, okay, let me Google this song. Let me get all the lyrics to this song
Yeah.
and let me find out what this really song really means. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I started out learning music, especially old school music. I think the 80s and 90s are one of the best periods of music to me. Not no discredit to the 2000s, but we have some good artists in 2000s and now. But you go back and get them old songs that you don't have to say what time it is without even saying anything too much. Being too provocative.
We can even go back to the 70s.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
80s, 90s,
Hmm.
parallels.
Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of how I started off in church. That's your question. Then as I got older, let me not omit this. I had a quartet group, quartet gospel group, with me and my brother, me and my homies and my brothers. And one day he was like, "Hey man, y'all want to sing in the club?" I was like, "We gonna make some money?" Like, yeah. And so I wasn't even old enough to get in the club. We started singing in the club. and we had a band called the On Call Band, which is still we still
I
around now. That's right.
still think, yeah.
Still around now. Still a thing. We still hot. We like the OGs of the community now. Everybody be like, "How they look up to us." But anyway, we have the On Call Band, and we started singing down at a spot in Pine Bluff called Why Not? Why Not Charlie's? A guy named Tony Dow. Shout out to Tony Dow. He owned that. And we got the name On Call because one band was supposed to play that night. They couldn't show up. And so he called us, was like, so I'm gonna name y'all On Call since y'all on call. So that's how we got the name On Call.
Gotcha. I
Yeah.
wondered. I was like, now I thought the name was really catchy, but I was like, I wonder how they got that name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how we got the name. We was on standby and we was like ready, you know. They say if you ain't if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. So we stayed ready. So hey, that's kind of how I got my start and from the church and then R&B. That's it.
Okay. All right. So did you ever do any like choir directing or anything like that? Just
I
curious.
didn't do choir directing. It wasn't really cool. I didn't direct the choir, but I sang in the choir. I
Okay.
sang in the choir. My teenage, church sunshine band. Shout out to my church. And when I got maybe 16, 17, it took a little turn. I kind of started doing my own little thing and kind of drifting in a little other way, but it worked out though. It worked out. I did do the choir, not directing, but I did do the choir for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I am currently 38 right now. 38. I have a birthday this year in October. I'll be 39.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what they say. Black don't crack.
Unless you own it. Right.
You look great. You look great. I would not have guessed 38. So yes.
Same to you. Same to you. You're right. The black don't crack. For real.
So much. Okay, so what other projects do you have that you are pushing right now or that you are currently working on? And then we're going to talk a little more about where you fit into the whole sector of Southern Soul. But first, what do you put what do you have going on?
I'm got another single coming out hopefully next month. Southern Soul will join. It's real Southern Soul. It's real kind of churchy, but you kind of bluesy. I'll say that. I ain't gonna say churchy, kind of bluesy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's real catchy. I had to do something for my grandmother so she can listen to it. She couldn't listen to it. I got time today. So
No.
she could listen. I gave my
Raw and uncut, but you ain't want big mouth.
Nah. I gave my mom a disclaimer, and she was cool with it. But my grandma, she was like, she still ain't listened to it, as far as I know. So, so I'm doing another Southern Soul joint that she can probably listen to, and it's just gonna be cool because it's where it's at. It's gonna be hot. I can't give too much away right now, but it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot.
Okay. So I don't want you don't have to give much away, but I want to know what it's about. Like, what is it? What is it about? Because clearly I know what I got time to do, and we're gonna talk. But like, what is this one about?
It's about a man being in love with two women at the same time, and both of them kind of in the ear, in his ear, and he's basically saying, "I'm in love with both of y'all," and I can't help it. I'm in love with both of y'all, and I can't help it. What am I gonna do? So
that is definitely some Southern Soul blues type stuff. Yeah, I'm thinking Carl Sims vibes. Like it's giving
right.
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think I may even put a video with it too. So who knows? So
no, you have to. we need to see this played out. Like we hear it, we listen to it or whatever. But like, no, we need to see this played out. I need to see what both the women look like. I need to see what both the women are offering, and is you in love with them, and what is you gonna do? What do?
Yeah.
Okay, so listening to your song, you really could have gone anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I say anyway. You could have easily said, "Hey, I am an R&B artist."
Mhm.
Hey, I am more on a Calvin Richardson soul artist vibe, and I say Calvin Richardson just to make that so you know exactly what I'm
Yeah.
saying when I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Calvin is Calvin is a soul singer. Uh,
Absolutely.
we have
Absolutely.
Southern soul songs that are, I mean, some hits that are Southern soul, absolutely.
Hmm.
But you could go R&B, you could go soul, you can go Southern soul.
Hmm.
What made you decide, you know what, I fit a little more in this Southern soul sector, or have you decided?
Um, I've gone more toward the Southern soul, but I'm really not put in a box, and because music is universal. I find myself at night listening to gospel and getting what I need, and incorporating that in some of my lyrics and my songs. So I don't want to get put in so much of a box. I'm
Right.
only 38. I'm borderline. I'm not too old. I'm not too young. You know what I'm saying? So I want
Yeah.
to be relevant to every area of music, if that makes sense. So I don't just want to be put in the box. I want to be. I do a lot of jazz too. I sing with a band in Fayetteville. I do a lot of jazz, a lot of Frank Sinatra. People probably don't know that, but
No, I
um,
didn't know that. I just learned something right now.
yeah,
I didn't know you were
yeah,
doing jazz as well.
yeah. I do a lot of. Shout out to my band in Fayetteville, Funk Factory. Anthony Ball. We do a lot of jazz at weddings, corporate Walmart events. So that's another whole nother side. It's a whole nother
Yeah.
dollar price range that people don't know about. But it's cool. I enjoy all types of music.
Price. I like how you threw that in there
Yeah.
subliminally.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Right, right, right. So yeah, that's say it again.
ever. I'm never mad at coins.
Oh no, oh no, oh no. Especially
Uh,
when it's not you don't have to work hard to get it. So it's hey, yeah.
yeah.
But
So
yeah.
what brings you alive? Like, what if I said, listen here, I know you're not in a box, and I know you have no intentions of ever being in a box, and and I applaud you for that, because that's a testament to your true talent and your versatility.
Mm.
However, if I was to say, give me rank them 1, 2, and 3, it may be even more than that. But if I say rank them 1, 2, and 3, what would be your first genre or subgenre, however you want to, categorize it? But what would be your first? What would be your second? What would be your third?
First would be gospel,
Okay.
second would be neo soul, and third would be R&B slash Southern soul. R&B stands for rhythm and blues, but I'm gonna put a little bit of Southern soul in there too. So I don't know if I so the gospel, neo soul, and R&B slash Southern soul. That'd be
So if you were to release an album next sometime this year, or maybe even next year,
mhm.
your first album would likely be gospel.
Well. I'm not saying my first album would be gospel. It would
Okay.
just. I'm just saying it in the. I can't forget where I came from. Type
Right.
stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I might put gospel up there as number one. But if you're
Okay.
talking about something that I would release right now, it would probably be a Southern soul R&B type of joint. That's number one. Um, and I'll probably throw the gospel would be the inspiration would be the gospel if I had to do something, inspirational, um, kind of like R. Kelly, you saved me, or I believe I can fly. Some inspirational like that. So that's how I would probably rank that. Yeah.
Something with substance, but has some um rhythm and blues to it type thing.
Yeah, yes, 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 yes.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you this question, and then we're gonna move forward to plead the fifth. So I want to put that
Okay.
out. Go ahead and have your mind ready. What are you drinking?
This is actually shout out to my favorite Turkey Hill tea. Can you put
Okay.
Turkey Hill tea? I'm not drinking the hard stuff tonight, but just Turkey Hill tea. What you
Okay.
got over there? What you got over there?
What do I have always? People
Wine
like
down Wednesday. Let's go.
if
Yeah,
I wine,
yeah,
I
yeah.
wine down Wednesday or
Yeah.
Thursday or Friday. Either way.
Right, right,
Anyway,
right.
um, okay, so I really, I have to ask you this. So just, and I may be going backwards a little bit, but like, if there was somebody in, because there had to be a pull on you to go into, Southern soul or whatever. And I say that because R&B singers, we're not new to that.
Mhm.
They come a dime a dozen, whether
Right.
they're on the major platforms or whatever the case, or mainstream.
Right.
Or
Right.
But when it comes to Southern soul, it's continually developing. It's continually, growing into its own, growing into its big girl
Right.
uh, role, a big boy role, or whatever the case may be. Like, what would you say was your pull? And if it wasn't a particular thing, who was your pull to say, yeah, I fit there. I fit there.
Yeah. The R&B and Southern Soul kind of pull was I can kind of relate to it. It felt good. Um, it felt good, and it was more natural than, let's say, I always tell people this. It's more natural than for a gospel artist to sing R&B songs versus an R&B song incorporating gospel in their shows. I opened up for Avery Sunshine this past weekend, and she was so true to what she was. Yes,
Ever be-
yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
She
Okay.
expressed her blackness and she expressed her love for God in her set, and wasn't ashamed of it. So I feel like it's that. Even though I don't forget where I come from, but I feel like the R&B and the Southern Soul just it fits me. I can it fits me very well. I can be myself in that role on this stage. There's nothing I can't do. And artists say if I got the green light, it's nothing. There's nothing I can't do. It means the green light means you just in your mode and the crowd is going crazy and you can't do no wrong. That's what I call the green light. So
I'm glad you said that it fits you, because my next question to you was going to be, and this is, I didn't even put this in.
uh-oh.
Be what, not necessarily. What about you? What about you embodies Southern soul?
Um just life, just a story, you know. The story, the life, the experiences that I've had and lived through, and I'm able to express that through song song and soul. It's called Southern Soul, song and soul. So I'm able to express myself through song and soul, and I kind of know what I'm talking about too a little bit. So that's I'm selling it, you know.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah. So,
write your own music.
yes, I do. I write my own music, and I have other co-writers too.
With who is already doing it and doing it very well, whether it's a writer, producer.
Mhm.
We've had I've It runs the gamut of who I've had on here, whether it was a producer, singer, old school art. Who would you say, you know what, I would really like to collaborate with this person, and why?
Um, I just King George is one of them.
Yeah.
I would love to collaborate with King George. He's the highest thing I hear in the Southern Soul. Another one you just named, Calvin Richardson. Calvin Richardson is an absolute great writer and soul singer. If I had to pick one more, I would say PJ Morton. I would
Okay.
say PJ Morton.
And that's
And
what
I,
I hear a lot. PJ Morton.
yeah,
Yeah.
one of my favorite all time favorite artists. And I've just his journey through music when people wrote this as an independent artist, when people wrote him off, and now look at him. He's Grammy Award winning singer and writer and producer. So probably my top three right there.
Okay. All right. Well, so let's move on to plead the fifth. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
You ready
Let's
for it?
go.
All right. So here's the thing. I'm going to ask you 5 questions.
Okay.
You answer them or you don't. If you do not want to answer, all you got to do is plead the fifth, and I back off. I'm done. But you have to say plead the fifth. You got to say it with your chest. Okay.
Got you. Let's go. Let's
Okay.
go.
All right. So in your song, I got time today. You say, let's make it happen just like that. Yeah. I whisper in your ear, I know just what to say. Well, what exactly are you saying? What exactly are you saying in her ear?
Everything
Take me
she wanted.
take us to that, ladies. Thank me later. Take us to that moment. What are you her in her ear?
I'm saying everything she's scared to ask me. I'm already saying I'm giving her the answer to everything she's scared to ask me in that moment, or she before that moment. I'm saying to her, she's like, "Oh, okay," because I got time today.
I want quotes. I want a quote. I want
You
a
want
quote. I want
you being specific? Uh, oh,
I want a quote.
uh. I'm telling her she gonna have to take it. That's what I'm telling her.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So I'm moving on.
Oh my god.
Um. Also, I gotta go back to because again, I love the song. Gotta go
Uh-huh.
back to the song. You said, "Girl, we baby making." So, and you said some more. You said, "Girl, baby making. Let me work it like that." Bedfield, blah blah blah. And I'm trying to be too X-rated. My mama watched these shows, so
Mine you too, probably. So yeah. So,
yeah. So we'll leave it at that. So, how many kids do you have?
have two.
How
Have
many
two.
mamas?
One.
Okay. All right. Damn, he ain't played fifth yet. All right. So I see you went to Vegas for your birthday. I saw that on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
say what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Right, right.
I need to know the most risque thing you did in Vegas. And just beware, your friends who was in Vegas with you, they'll see this too. So if you if
Oh my god. Let me
you
see. Let me see. Riskiest thing I did in Vegas. To be honest, I didn't really do too. Oh, I jumped off the building.
what? And
Yeah,
tell it.
I got the video, but it's on my Instagram. I jumped off the building.
Send
Yeah,
me that. Send me
yeah.
that.
I jumped. I was. Yeah. It was that was the most riskiest, craziest thing I did in Vegas.
Oh damn! Now I've been to Vegas a few times, but I ain't never even considered. Now that gives me hangover vibes. You know the movie Hangover, the
Yeah,
hangover.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ain't nobody slip you no roofie or nothing. You just chose to do it on your own accord.
I had a dare. My little brother dared me, and he did it too. Like, and I was like, but I'm not gonna lie. I was when I got up there to whatever 57 story feet. I was like legs shaking like a mug. But
So what caught you? I have to ask because you don't jump off a 57-story building and live to tell it. So what did they have? Did you have a parachute? Like what the hell?
um, I had a rope. I was attached to a rope. I had a whole suit on. Is attached to a rope.
Oh, kind of like a bunny
Um,
thing.
yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. So when you got
Okay.
down to close to the bottom, it kind of like pulls you back up. So you won't, you know.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Okay,
I'll see
cool.
the video.
Please, please. All right. So, question 4, and I ask all the guys this. So, would you rather have your sex tape leaked, or would you rather be ridiculed for producing a bad song, or making a bad song? I'm sorry.
Probably ridicule for producing or making a bad song. Probably that.
Why?
I'm not that famous to have my sex tape leaked. Maybe if I was Kanye or something like that, I'd probably get some money off of it or whatever. But
Listen, Kim wasn't famous either to her sex tape. So, like, I
yeah,
mean,
you're right. You're right. You're right. I just, my grandma's, my mama, I got pastors. It was just some certain stuff. I'll just be like, oh, sometimes that's the walk of shame in itself.
yeah,
Bad song. I can sing. I can write another song. Kind of like
bounce back.
yeah, I can bounce back.
You,
As long
yeah,
as I got breath in my body, I can bounce back.
okay,
I
okay,
can't bounce back from this sex tape. I don't think not too much.
okay. So here's my 5th question. Um,
I'm doing
I
good.
really want to ask you something about. You said something earlier about being in love with 2 women. Your song that's
Mhm.
coming out, but I'm kind of torn because I want to ask you this one as well. Okay, so I'm going off script. Let's talk about the song because that's what you're getting ready to release.
Uh-huh.
You got 2 women. You're in love with both of them. First of all, no, yeah, is that possible? Can
That's
you
possible.
be in love with 2 people?
That's definitely possible. That's possible.
You tell the people. Tell the people how.
Do I want to plead the fifth on this or what? Do I?
I need you to tell the people
Woo.
because no, it's on now. You can plead the fifth, and I'm done, and I won't ask you no more questions. But you're gonna have to explain this to us tonight. How is
Ooh.
love with two in love, not love to, not
In
love,
love.
but in love.
Well, basically, it's kind of having two different.
Haywood.
It's almost having two different lifestyles. I mean, that's number one. First of all,
Okay,
um, uh,
this sounds like a movie. Go ahead.
this is definitely a movie. Now it's Lifetime on network. One of them. Tubi. Uh,
Oh gosh. Okay.
I think I'm gonna plead the fifth on this one. I think I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. I was almost to the end.
So what I need you to say is, I
God.
plead fifth.
Keita, I plead the fifth with my
Okay.
chest.
All right.
No chest.
All right. All right.
I ain't want to give
I
you that
tell you
one.
what, you did well. You were almost there. You did
Mhm.
well, and I still want to answer to that question, but we ain't got to talk about it in front of people.
Okay. 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 Sounds good.
Yeah, off the record. Nonetheless, man, I have enjoyed having you on the show. I really
Okay.
have. And I want you to tell the people how they can contact you, how they can find your music. Listen, I got time today. You know, people we that's kind of like a saying. Oh, I got time today, but we
Yeah.
hear that in a manner of somebody getting ready to pop off or
Right.
something. You know, like I got time, like I'm a clown today. But
Uh-huh.
I think he's talking about clowning, but not in the way.
I know where you and you know what's crazy about it? I've heard now. I have my friends, the homegirls, be like, "You heard what she just said? You heard what he said? They just said I got time today." Or people quote me, "I got time today," even though I didn't come up with that saying. But it's just I hear it more now than I did back, before. You know, so
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Wow, wow, 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 wow."
I love the song. I do. I do. I do. I do. And I hope that you continue to make amazing music and continue to produce it, and of course send it to me so I can listen. I like to be the first to listen to hear things or whatever. I was very impressed when I heard it. That song. So you guys make sure you check it out. And again, it's on all major digital music digital platforms.
Yes.
Tell them how they can find you on your social media.
On social media, you can find me on first of all Facebook, Haywood King, two words, HaywODking. On Instagram, the real Haywood King, all one letter, the real Haywood King. If you want to get in contact me for booking, Haywood King 28 at gmail.com. You can contact me there. You can also inbox me. If you want, however you want to do it. Some people use Facebook more than Instagram. Some people you prefer the inbox. I mean, email. So however you want to do it, all those platforms you can do it. And go get the single. If you everybody go get the single.
Yeah.
Support Arkansas. I'm trying to get these numbers up and follow me because I'm gonna be posting a lot. I got another photo shoot coming up next week, so you'll be seeing a lot of new pictures and stuff like that. So just
Oh,
be on the
okay.
lookout.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But he won't be in that hat because he done already promised
I
it.
know it won't be in this hat. It won't be in this hat.
So just so y'all know. But no, for real, like, check him out. Shout out to Arkansas. I lived there for like 5 years. Shout out to the On Call band and
Yes.
definitely shout out to those who have been instrumental in continue to push you into doing what you do, which you
Absolutely.
doing well. I see like, some great things in the future for you, whether you choose to stay in Southern Soul or whether you
Mhm.
choose to, go R&B or neo soul. You have a great voice, and if you write your own stuff, you do well.
Most definitely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so I expect to hear from you soon, like probably in a little bit. Okay.
Right. What's up?
I wasn't supposed to say. Just you can go ahead and text it and rip me up. It's all over and said
Nah,
and done.
this has been pretty good.
It was good.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
Not
Yeah.
too much.
Not too much. It's good.
All right.
I'm on.
And if all else fails, if you can't find him, you can always find me, Keita King, and I will make sure that I connect you with him. Connect you guys, or at least connect you to his music and his craft and what he has going on. Make sure you tune in to the Southern Comfort Podcast. That's every Thursday at 7:30. I have to say, thank you guys for praying for me. I don't know who you are, but somebody is. I don't know if it's the women wailing at the altar or if it is, just people who just sending up a random prayer. But it has gone past the ceilings, and that has been some fuel to help me continue to do what I do, even in the moments when I was like, I just can't continue on. So I appreciate you so much. Mr. King.
Yes, ma'am.
You gotta say Miss King.
Miss King. Miss
Okay.
King.
So we will
Woo.
very, very soon.
Yes, most definitely.
All right. Thank you so much. You have a great night.
You too. It's an honor. Thank you.